So in the past, when I used to review X-Men movies, I always wanted to use this as a prop. And every time I went to film a review, I could never find it. So finally, I have my movie and comic Wolverine dolls in a video. I did it. I mean, Wolverine's not in this movie. And Hugh Jackman retired a few years ago, but I finally did it. Let's review Dark Phoenix. So hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here, and I just saw Dark Phoenix, or X-Men Dark Phoenix. I forget what the full title was. Did it say X-Men on the...
I don't think so.
It just said Dark Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay, just Dark Phoenix. By the way, sorry about the audio and the cell phone camera. My camera's still broken. So this is all I got for now. But I have this nice ring light. It's no longer super bright. Anyway, just Dark Phoenix. Just got out of the movies a little bit ago. I was expecting to see like a disaster. It's getting shit reviews. It seems like it's like the worst thing ever. I heard all the reshoots and the rewrites. And while the movie does have problems, it's not as big of a clusterfuck as I was expecting it to be. I don't know, if you told me all the stuff I know about this movie for Apocalypse, I could have believed it then. Because Apocalypse, and I liked Apocalypse, it was very cartoony and dumb fun, but I can't in good faith say it was a good movie. That one just seemed like it was just pulling shit out of its ass toward the end. It was all cartoony and half the movie looked animated. Dark Phoenix seemed more focused. The story was more focused and about like one particular thing. The action set pieces were more grounded. They weren't... Not that X-Men isn't allowed to have big cartoony action sequences, but I think the last movie just kind of overdid it too much. Whereas this one, I really liked all the action in it. The movie starts off really strong with this rocket ship sequence where they go to space, where Jean gets the Phoenix Force. But before that, they do a whole thing where they gotta save the astronauts and shit. It's actually really, really well done. I miss the classic X-Men movie theme, but Hans Zimmer did the music in this, and his music is actually pretty good. As always. Except for Batman v Superman. But yeah, it's good, and then Jean Grey gets the Phoenix Force, but she already had it in the previous movie, and in that movie, Apocalypse suggests, and you have to really read between the lines and know about comics or be a fucking nerd, but he suggests that it's extraterrestrial in a line of dialogue, and that gets brushed away, and now this is her getting the Phoenix Force, but it's like, what was the fire thing she had before? Is that unrelated? Why did that also look like a phoenix? It's confusing. But she gets the Force, you know, it's the writer of X-Men 3, and a couple of these X-Men movies. This is his turn directing, finally. This was his, like, effort to get the story right. And I think he tried. But definitely I think there was studio interference, rewrites, mandated reshoots, scheduling of the reshoots, because all the actors couldn't get back in time. Everything that's in the movie, continuity error aside, because we could be here all day with fucking continuity errors. You know what? Blame it on Deadpool. Deadpool got time travel in Deadpool 2, and I said in that review, all continuity errors are now excused by Deadpool. Put all that shit aside, like, everything that's in the movie is fine. Like, the scenes are framed well, they're directed well, the acting's okay. It doesn't look like it's mostly on a green screen and very cartoony like the last film. It reminds me of like Days of Future Past, where they're mostly on like sets and everything. It looks fine. It's just, it feels like there's shit missing. Like Jean turns into the Phoenix. Spoiler, she kills Mystique, but it's in every trailer, so it's not that big of a spoiler. But that's like the only bad thing she does. She attacks people, but doesn't kill anyone after that. And then she gets manipulated by this alien girl, more on her in a minute, and you think the alien girl will get her to do more evil things, and she starts doing it, but then she stops. And then when she wakes up again, she's suddenly a good guy again. I felt like we missed this big conflict and we missed her struggling with this new personality. I feel like a lot of that was removed or not inserted, or I don't know what happened to it. But I felt like the movie was really lacking that. But as I said, it's definitely a flawed movie. It's definitely clunky in a few places. But it's not this shit show everyone is saying it is. I mean, if you don't care about X-Men movies, you don't have to see this. Even if you like X-Men movies, you don't have to see this, but if you were curious, I mean, you're not going to think it's the greatest thing ever, but there are some fun moments that X-Men fans are like, this one more than the others, the X-Men actually feel like a team, and they're working together a lot. I like how the X-Men work together throughout the whole film. Especially the end with the train and the beginning with the rocket ship. Real cool stuff, but I don't know. It's just, I felt like they almost had something, and then they plucked it away. But it's not a Fantastic Four reboot situation, where it was very obvious that was just hacked to bits, and the director was a crazy person. That movie should just not have been made to begin with. What else can I say about it? It's just kind of there. Movie's just kind of there. I'd say wait till video, honestly. I mean, see it in the theaters if you like X-Men stuff or if you like good action. There's great action sequences in it, but you kind of don't need to see it. For me, I think Days of Future Past would have been a good happy ending to the series. Or if you like Logan, that could have been a good sad ending to the series. I think you're good with either of those. I don't think you need to venture anywhere else. I don't think you need to see New Mutants coming out. You don't need to watch Apocalypse, although it's fun. You don't need to watch this movie. Deadpool's kind of like, it's barely even in the same universe, really. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong with this. I don't know why they let it get to where it was. Because it doesn't feel like Justice League. That's another one that was reshot to shit. This felt like there was a good movie there. There's a good movie in here somewhere. I don't know. We got the road cut at Days of Future Past at some point. Maybe this is a situation where we can get some of those missing scenes. Who knows if they're good, but maybe we can fill out the thing. Because I think it was around, 2 hours? A little under 2 hours, I think. Which is not a great sign. I mean, you can make a good solid 2-hour film. But if you hear what I'm saying, that the movie feels like it's missing shit, they probably cut a lot out to fill out the 2-hour block so they could do more. This is what Justice League did. They cut it down to 2 hours, got it into as many theaters as possible, as many showtimes to try to make up for all the money they put into it. Because the shorter runtime, more showtime. Usually like a 90-minute... If a movie can't make 90 minutes, or if it's like right at 2 hours or a little under, that's not a good sign. But, yeah, I don't know. Fucking Sophie Turner's hot. The girl who plays Storm is hot. She doesn't do much, but that's tradition with these movies. Jessica's... Alright, so there's aliens in this. And I forget what the fuck the aliens are called in Marvel. I know the main girl's like Lorelei or Lorai or something. I think they're kind of... I feel like they're kind of based off those aliens, but for whatever reason, maybe they didn't think they would do them justice, so they gave them different names, or maybe there was like a licensing issue. Maybe Fox doesn't have those characters. They're their own original alien creatures, as far as I know. And Jessica Chastain just looks weird. Like, I thought the no eyebrows or the real light eyebrows were just, like, because she was an alien, but I think the movie is saying that she's an albino. But it just looked weird. It looked like they added to her, like, face. Like, Jessica Chastain is, like, pretty. But they really made her look skeletal in this. Which is fine if she was just an alien, but they show that she was a normal girl before the alien took her form. And it's like, why did they make her look so weird? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The age issue, I still have an issue with the age. These are characters who are, like, in their mid-20s, early 30s, in 1960-something. And now they're supposed to be 10 years away from the first X-Men movie, and they've aged less than 10 years, because it's been less than 10 years. So that's kind of fucking stupid. They don't even put gray on their hair or anything. Just do the, like, slightest amount of work to get us to buy into it. I don't know, the movie's ending just kind of feels okay. Like the Phoenix, the alien tries to get the Phoenix out of her. She goes into space, blows up. They named the school Jean Grey School for Gifted. Professor X and Magneto are friends again, even though they fought again, but they're always going back and forth. Oh, that's another thing. Magneto, like, has Genosha now, and he's supposed to be, like, reformed, much like the last movie. But, like, when Mystique dies, him and Beast are like, oh, we gotta fucking kill Jean. They switch like that. It's a little weird that how gung-ho they are for killing her. Maybe Magneto, because he wasn't there for it, he doesn't know what's going on, but Hank, it felt out of character for Beast to want to, like, fucking murder Jean. Also, I'm glad Jennifer Lawrence died, because she looks like she didn't want to be in this movie, so she got her wish, I guess. If you like Quicksilver scenes, you're going to be let down. He gets taken out of the movie pretty quick, so there's no musical speed scene. He's not dead. You knock him out pretty quick. But, yeah, so it just kind of ends... Just kind of bleh. Days of Future Past had a really good ending. Logan had a really good ending. So when we get to the final true X-Men movie and it's just kind of like just stumbles over the finish line, it's like, whatever. What was even the point? What was even the point of this movie? I don't know. I don't know why they made it. But yeah, I'm more excited for this than New Mutants, which I was excited for initially until they reshot the whole movie and then added characters and deleted characters and then said it was going to be a Hulu show. And then they keep pushing back the date. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It felt like in the middle of this movie they found out Disney was buying Fox and everyone just stopped caring. That's what it felt like. So yeah, I mean, what did I give it earlier? B-? B-? Give it a B- or C+. How do you feel about that? B- or C+? C+. We're giving it a C+. I think I gave Venom a C-. So C+ is good for this. Alright, so that's my review of Dark Phoenix. I still haven't seen John Wick 3. But I saw Aladdin, which I hated, and Godzilla, which I was meh on twice. And now I saw Dark Phoenix, which I thought was just okay. I skipped John Wick for all these movies. I'm gonna cry. What's going on? What do you want?
You didn't mention how nothing looked like the 90s.
Oh, yeah, good point. I don't know if you guys can hear her, but anyway. Nothing looked like the 90s in this.
Not even their eyebrows.
Not even their eyebrows.
Paper thin eyebrows.
Well, What's-Her-Face had no eyebrows. But yeah, the last 3 movies have made like a really good effort to make it feel like they were in the 60s, 70s, 80s. And this one, I felt like you could have set this today and no one would have noticed. There was nothing that screamed 90s to me.
Every now and then you would see a kid that would be dressed like they would in the 90s, and that's it.
Yeah,
there was nothing maroon or forest green.
Yeah, it didn't feel like the 90s at all. I don't know. So that's it. Were there any other things you wanted to add, Miss? I don't want to be in the review, but now you're very talkative.
You're the one yelling questions to me through the door.
I need it to be fact-checked, but what would you like to say? Do you want to get on camera, or you want me to relay your message?
I thought it was it looked good. It had a lot of good color and whatnot.
It looked good. It had a lot of good color and whatnot.
It was the alien thing, too. I wanted to see more of the aliens, but it was cool the way they made the,
She likes how they covered up the aliens. They didn't really show them clearly, which I think was smart.
You don't show your creature too much, you know?
Yeah.
Like them, scraping off the skin kind of fulfilled a little bit.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they're fine.
It's like chocolate chips when I wanted a brownie.
Also, to be fair, I was not too into the aliens. By the way...
They looked like Groot at first.
Yeah, they did kind of look like Groot. By the way, no one seems genuinely shocked that aliens exist in this movie. I get it's like a world with mutants, but Xavier's like, I can't read your mind. Oh, what is she? And then later on, he's just like, oh yeah, that girl, she's not a mutant. He should be like, guys, by the way, I just found out aliens exist. There's fucking aliens. Oh, and then somehow, the MCU. I'm glad you interrupted, because now I'm remembering stuff. The MCU, the Mutant Containment Unit, which, poor choice of initials for the series. They're being attacked by the aliens, and they say it's other mutants because they look like people. But then they were like, "Oh, they're not mutants." Like, how do you know? How do you know they're not mutants? They look like they're doing shit that mutants can do. Why do these people suddenly think they're aliens? I don't know. I think it was just too late in the series to drop the alien shit. Especially,
maybe it was one of those things that got deleted.
What got deleted?
Maybe like it was one of those things that got deleted. They're like, oh, they're actually aliens.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it was something that maybe like the government knew about these aliens. And one of the guys recognized them, but that shit was deleted. This movie just feels like a what if, which is sad because this movie is supposed to be making up for a previous, like, what if they got it right? So, Disney, when you remake X-Men, don't worry about the Dark Phoenix. Don't fucking worry about it. We tried twice. Do it in like 30 years. Just don't worry about Dark Phoenix. We're done with Dark Phoenix. And I'm done with this review. Thanks for watching. For you guys who've been watching my wrestling stuff, I'm sorry I didn't review Super Showdown. It was a mess and terrible. There's my review. And I finally watched Double or Nothing. It was really, really good. There you go. Alright. Bye, everyone.